So the Brandon Aiyuk saga looks like it's finally going to come to an end. Finally, supposedly the 49ers have frameworks of trades in place for him. It's all a matter of Aiyuk and his team accepting the deals and terms with the potential other teams and contracts that they have offered for him. Originally, all the teams in the running for Aiyuk were the Commanders, the Steelers, the Browns, and the Patriots. Now, apparently, it's only the Browns and the Patriots. The Steelers and the Commanders are no longer interested. I feel like that's a good move for the Steelers to kind of avoid that. I feel like they're kind of good at receiver. Yeah, sure, like every team could kind of use Aiyuk, but it's going to be a hefty deal, and I just think they have other pieces on that roster that they need to address. But the thing about the Commanders, I think it would have been a pretty cool reunion with Jaden Daniels and Aiyuk, and it kind of would have been a similar situation like the Chicago Bears are doing with Caleb Williams, just surrounding him with all these pieces. You would have potentially had Scary Terry, Dawson, and Aiyuk. That's an insane trio right there, and I just think that would have been good for Jaden Daniels, but looks like that's not happening, for better or worse. We'll find out shortly. So, as of right now, it looks like he's either going to go to the New England Patriots or the Cleveland Browns. New England definitely is a no-brainer from both sides. He would definitely get a pretty good contract. I just feel like there's not a lot of guys making a lot of money on that roster right now. I'd have to double check, but I feel like it would be a pretty good contract. And not only that, but there's not a lot of weapons on that offense. And I just think to add a weapon to Drake May, and he would really be kind of like a foundation player for that franchise going forward. They really haven't had an electric receiver in New England for quite some time. I'd say the last one was Julian Edelman, and even back then, like 2019, 2018, he was kind of like in the twilight of his career. Like, I think truly the last deep threat would probably be Brandon Cooks, and he was only there for like a year or two, so this would definitely be a change of pace for that franchise and that team. I think that'd be a great deal for both sides, but the more polarizing one is definitely the Cleveland Browns. I'm kind of indifferent with this. I see it working, and I also see what's the point. The what's the point is they already have Amari Cooper. They just acquired Jerry Jeudy. Maybe Jerry Judy's not performing well, or they thought he would look differently, but I just feel like that would be kind of overkill for Deshaun Watson. Considering you just traded for Jerry Jeudy. I know they didn't give up a lot, but like you just invested something. You might as well try to see your return for at least like a year. But again, who knows? Maybe Jeudy just doesn't look that good in camp, and they just want to add another weapon. But I feel like why not? If you're the Browns, instead of adding another receiver, why not add another pass rusher or another cornerback? Help the secondary. I know the Browns defense was good last year, but still, you could never have enough. And unfortunately, some Browns news. Zadarius Smith was recently carted off practice, so we don't know the severity of the injury as of right now, but that's kind of a huge blow to that defense, to that pass rushing room. So I just feel like adding another receiver when you already have one great one and another one that could be pretty good. I don't know, man. I just feel like you don't really need it there. But we'll see what happens. And then on the plus side, the reason why I think they would be interested in acquiring him, and why I don't think it's a bad thing either is because, love it or hate it, reality is reality, and they paid Deshaun Watson a boatload of money, and there's kind of no way of getting out of that contract, and he hasn't looked great the past 2 years since being a Brown, so you kind of gotta suck it up and just go all in. Their hand is kind of forced. They kind of played themselves. Like, they can't rebuild. They can't do that. They can't get rid of Deshaun Watson. So might as well just try to surround him with as many weapons as possible. It's a good roster. It's a good defense. Good running back room. It's a good offense, man. It's just all on Deshaun Watson, and to add another elite receiver to the fold, like Amari Cooper and Brandon Aiyuk, that's a crazy 1-2 punch right there. I'm not gonna lie, like that's pretty good. That's honestly one of the best duos in the NFL right there. And plus you have Njoku as a great vertical threat tight end. No excuses for Deshaun Watson, but I don't know. Like I said, New England, no-brainer, win-win on both sides. Browns, I feel like it could be a win-win, but we'll see. I still don't know about that one. I still don't know. I gotta think about it. But let me know what y'all think about this. Would you rather see Aiyuk in Cleveland or New England? Let me know in the comments down below. If I had to guess where he'll eventually end up, I would definitely say New England. It's just to get a bona fide, legit #1 wide receiver for your franchise, hopefully franchise quarterback for many years. Can't really pass up that opportunity. And not only that, but they've been highly interested in Aiyuk for many months. They've been trying to acquire him since the start of the new league year, honestly. And, you know, when your current wide receiver room consists of KJ Osborne and rookies like Polk and Javon Baker, who knows? Those guys could be something, but it's just a bare wide receiver room right now, man. It's just, I think they really need to make a move because I really don't know how good that team is going to be this year. Obviously, they're projected to do quite poorly. And why not help your franchise quarterback as much as possible? I think you just got to get it done. And like I said, not a lot of guys are getting paid big money on that deal due to the roster being very bare. So I feel like if you're Patriots, you got to get this deal done somehow. So let me know in the comments below what you think about all this and where do you think he's going to end up. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
Separating from the defender, and they're getting some easy throw and catches out there. The Bengals defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel. First down at the 48.